know who's tuning in. But I do want to see what I'm doing. Yeah, everyone's crazy about crypto. But my question is, can I see my life? Hey, to see what I'm doing. Anyone watching? Everyone's crazy about crypto. But my question is, can I see my life? Hey, I have one person watching. Hello. Thanks for joining in. Hopefully, last night I did a crypto related. I was working on Decentraland, and I think the buzzword got a scammer watching. So if you're a scammer watching, don't waste your time. This is not the stream for you. But if you're one of my few fans, thank you. What I'm going to be doing today is going to Unreal Engine for Fortnite, which is somewhere up here. But if you're one of my few fans, thank you. What I'm going to be doing today is going to Unreal Engine for Fortnite, which is somewhere up here. Oh, Fortnite is here. I don't know where UEFN went, but if you ever want to download it, you download it the same way you would Unreal Engine, and then I thought it was here. Fortnite is here. Maybe it's not. I don't know where UEFN went, but if you ever want to download it, you download it the same way you would Unreal Engine, and then. All right. Well, this is embarrassing. I thought that I had Unreal Editor for Fortnite. Might have to download it real quick. I won't lie. No, it's not here. Bro, where did it go? It was called UEFN. Where is this icon? Alright, well, sorry, y'all. I thought I had UEFN in here. Well, I guess we get to figure out how to install Unreal Editor for Fortnite. Oh, that's right. It's under Games. So if I go to Library, I can find it. It's technically a Epic Games game, even though it's a Unreal Editor version. Alright, y'all, be patient, please, because I don't know why this is taking so long. I don't know, maybe because it's frozen. Let's try this again. Hello, I'm gonna make a Fortnite concert. I guess I should explain why I'm into this. I've always wanted to create my own platform to run virtual concerts. And the way I see it is a concert is just a method of using technology and using a stage to present your where is it? Here it is. To present your concert to a live audience. The only difference with this is you are using a video game to present your concert to an audience. It might or might not be live. I don't think you could actually stream in live, but it can be presented just using the Fortnite platform with Unreal Editor and the whole Epic Games team behind them to create as cool of concert as possible. I know I just did probably a terrible job explaining it. I'll be honest. I've explained it better in my head than I just did. But what I want to do is use Fortnite, since it's a social game, and they have made an editor, and they have made server hosting not just free, but if people join and enough people use your server or your map, you'll get paid for it. It's the level of detail that I was aiming for. It's medium level of detail, somewhat tune quality, and you can apply a timeline. They already have a timeline system that's very robust, that's rolled over from the real engine. It's called the sequencer. And so you can use that to actually view the audio track that you're dropping in. What? Anyway, I think the only thing it's missing is DMX input. Why does it say I'm not logged in? I am logged in. Maybe I have to update it? Excuse me. It's not running. It says it's running. You gotta find UEFN. Hub for UEFN right there. So I'm probably going to want to end task on this. There we go. And so, by the way, this live streaming I'm doing at night, I'm going to try to make this more regular. This is just me doing open development. I love developing. I do a variety of things on my own developing, whether it's coding with ChatGPT or trying to build my own AI chatbot, or I'm in with it's a crypto group, IRC Finder, and they are making decentralized chat servers. And so I want to make an app that connects to those servers. But one of the things I want to do is to create this demo that I have in my mind for a virtual concert, because that's the only way that I can explain to people what I want to do with virtual concerts and what I see. It's the only way to get it pushed out. And so what's going to happen is I'm these live streams are going to be me not instructing people what to do. It's just me working through problems on my own. Oh man, it's been like all of a month since I've done this, and it looks like we have some issues. So I'm gonna start from scratch for y'all. I'm going to call this Odessa. I'm gonna have to reach out to you about using your name here. How do I create a new one? Oh, island template. I want to do an island template. It doesn't matter really what island. I'm not quite there yet. So I'll just do this one. And then let's call this Odessa demo. Last night's ambitious project, by the way, was trying to stream my OBS live stream into Decentraland, which is it's a 3D kind of metaverse. And I was trying to stream it to a screen in there so that as people run around, they can see what I was doing. That was very difficult. And the only people that were watching my stream were scammers, because afterwards they commented and said that they have a wallet, and they're trying to, I don't know why this is going so slow. They said they had a wallet and they were trying to send their money to Binance, and then they gave me their seed phrase, and I'm like, no person is that dumb. I looked at their account. It was created a day ago, and then I got another comment in for the exact same thing. So yeah, it was definitely a scam. I don't know what would have happened. There's a chance that just by opening their apparently it's very possible to create a smart contract that gets device information. So as soon as the crypto executes that contract, it can pull your device information, like application list, what exchanges you have on your phone, what you bank with. It could get your passwords. It could get your seed phrase if you entered it on your phone. They could have wreaked havoc on me just by me being greedy and opening up their wallet. And so I knew better than that. I should locate my music. So here we are. And then these ones I had to use for Decentraland because of the file size. I think in Fortnite I can use a bigger file. Okay, so we got somewhere. I wonder what this is about. I hope it doesn't cause a problem later. So this is my map. And basically how this works, if you haven't messed with this, I've got people watching. Why are things running slow? Oh, it's still loading. This is Unreal Editor for Fortnite. It's a branch of Unreal Editor that's designed specifically for creating Fortnite levels. And then the programming language in here is called Verse. So what I'm going to do to start is just push this project out. And push it right out the door. So you're going to launch session. I didn't add a player start yet. I probably should have. But I think if a player start doesn't exist, it will just kind of drop me wherever. I think ideally I would want to start with a blank map, but I'm willing to bet I can build with this for now. So what it's doing now is, I don't think it's published to Fortnite, but it lets me test it and run it locally. And because of the errors that came up, I just want to make sure that everything's solid. But yeah, let me know in chat if what your experience level is with this and why you decided to watch this stream. I appreciate people coming out. I just want to know kind of where you're at and why you decide to tune in. If you're looking at my icons right now, you can see my level of distraction. You got Arduinos, Grandma 3, games, Blender. This app's cool. It allows you to create shaders based off just an image. And so you can upload an image and it'll use AI to spit out what it thinks a roughness map for that is. So for this tire, some parts are rough and some parts are smooth. It's not actually a 3D shape. They do that to just increase the performance. And so with this shader map, you can upload a photo. Might as well show you since this is taking forever. Oh, now it goes. I had no idea I was starting the sky. That doesn't look right. Who's gonna put my player start, and it's not up there. So let's go back to UEFN. And I'm gonna load my song in, and then load in. So let's see. In my thought, people start on a hill, or people start somewhere, and then they go up to a hill. Let's just start it off right here. So I'm going to drop where I want the player to start. Let's do. Let's start in here. No. All right. What was it? Did they change how this works? Alright, I swear in the old version there was something called player start. May just have to work through this. I hope they didn't change the system. What is this? 5.5. Let's just player start actors. Let's go to the UEFN documentation. Player start actor. So why is it that in actors I don't have player start? This is weird. Am I missing assets? Alright, I'll do this. I'm gonna go back to my old project. What I want to do is these actors. What I want to do is just show you. Well, let me go to my old project. That should be. Oh, it's the content. New project. Yeah, that's fine. 3. Alright, this is what I remember. And I hope when I hit update I don't lose my player starts here. I'm just wondering why I didn't see these in the old version. Oh, player spawner. Even that, oh, that must be an actor then. So if I go all, search for player spawner. That's why I couldn't find it, because it's not called a player start, it's called a player spawner. So if I start this, I'll show you what's going to happen. I have a sequencer here. Why it's not showing my sequence, I'm not sure. So what I think I would need to do then is bring in a sequence actor. Cinematic sequence device. Oh, I already have one of those. Let's see, and schedules. Oh. Ah, here we go. So this is what gets dropped into the world to make it happen, and then it references this sequence. There we go. So I think this plays on match start. I don't think I actually had any verse code written for this. Okay, yeah, I did it. On begin. So what happens here when I launch session? Validation failed. Probably because I'm using a previous version. Alright, back to the new version. Let's start blank. That might be better. Alright, be patient with me one more time while this project creates. Apologies for the delay. At least I get to show the process from start to finish. Okay, and is my last. Oh, validation failed probably because I already had an instance running. That's all right. We're in a blank map now. I like it. So these player spawners is where we're going to start. I'm going to delete one of them because I only want to start in one place. And then what we're going to do is add a cinematic sequence device. From what I understand, this plays on match start. And then I need to create a new level sequence, and this is going to be, think of it as our time code. So this is going to be what runs the music and runs all associated events. There is no DMX, so any lighting cues will be going directly into the sequencer. So if I open this, and then I drag in my music, which I might need to drop it into the content drawer first, maybe not. Yeah. Ah, here we go. Oh, that's the demo track. And then we get a sound wave. Cool. So all we need to do to actually make it play, this is like a very basic Fortnite concert, is one, to dock your content drawer in the layout, and then don't use that. Sometimes nice to have an entire separate monitor for the sequencer, but we don't really have that option here. Use the audio clock as the audio source when working with audio tracks in animation. This is why I like this platform for this, because I know that they've messed with this before. So I would like to switch the clock source now. And then I think this, I don't know how long this track is. 6 minutes, 58 seconds. This runs for 5 minutes. So just figure out what it's 360. What did I say? 6 minutes 58. So this will be like 412 seconds long. And then I need to spread this to cover the entire thing. Turn my volume a bit down because people are sleeping. And there we go. I do want to test this. I'm going to launch a session. Check my eggs.
learn to write code. Specifically, we're going to talk about variables today. So how do we do that? We are going to go to Verse Explorer, okay? It'll pop open on your window here, or if your layout is docked, you can drag it as a tab like I did here. We are going to create a new script. So I'm going to right click and say add new verse file to project. And we're going to call this one lesson_01 and click create. Don't click create empty. If you did click create empty, don't worry about it. Just delete that file and create a new one. So you're going to see lesson01.verse. But if I look over here in my project, I really don't see anything going on there. So we need to fix that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this verse button, and it's going to open my verse keyboard here to look around and move. So here's our, and you write, we are going to create lesson_01 and click create. Don't click create empty. If you did click create empty, don't worry about it. Just delete that file and create a new one. So you're going to see lesson01.verse. But if I look over here in my project, I really don't see anything going on there. So we need to fix that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this verse button, and it's going to open my verse project in Visual Studio Code, which is an IDE, Integrated Development Environment. And I'm going to click lesson01.verse. That's the file we created. And I'm going to get rid of this welcome screen. And here we go. Here's our code. And I'm going to walk you through a few things in here just to kind of get a lay of the land. So using here at the top is importing modules written by other developers, specifically in our case, written by Epic Games. I'm going to drag this window to close it here. And what we're saying is, hey, I want to use the code that somebody else wrote. They've created a module for us. And it's important to know because we're using Fortnite.com/devices. Fortnite in the verse language. Here is our class name. Automatic. I will talk. Or you use like Unreal Engine to run that code. You just run it. But in our case here, as of right now, you have to run your verse code in UEFN. Okay? So on begin.
gosh, my audio was muted this entire time. Well, that's embarrassing. I'm gonna mute it again and try to remind myself not to mute it this time. Well, thank you to my 2 viewers hanging out with me this late. Feel free to type in chat, say hi. I'm a pretty easygoing person. Okay, so my goal for tonight was to make a light. I did that, and I can control it with a sequencer. And so I have my first game effect. So what I was going to do, depending on which way I'm facing, I guess I'll make this my start, is I was going to have a hill. And let's see if I can just bring in a prefabbed hill. Grass hill. I need it big. But maybe not that big. I do like this hill though. What a nice hill. So the effect hits, and then we find ourselves looking up at this hill with some sort of temple on top. And I want a completely prefabbed temple, but I might not get it. It's definitely more of a courtyard. I think the courtyard works, to be honest. Wow, that's huge. It's perfect. Maybe scale it down just a hair. It's not quite the... No, I am missing a GUI section here. I'm supposed to have gizmo control. Alright, GPT help me. I'm missing the gizmo window level editor toolbar. I'm looking for the toolbar that normally shows here. Where was this? Alright, so here's that local space thing that I was talking about before. And then, yeah, I want to turn off grid snap. It works for a block out purpose. Okay. I need to figure out how to modify the sun in the sequencer. That's a big thing. Should probably try getting that now, but I am gonna call it a night soon. Hey, that was weird. Yeah, the sun is a little tricky to move in here. I think the reason is it's not really part of the game, of the editable things in this game. Like, sun, can I click on you? No. I wonder though if I could fake it. If I could. Where's the sky dome? See, all of this stuff is hidden in UEFN. That's normally in the game. That's interesting. Okay. That's kind of what I want to be able to modify. But not that. Oh, why does the sky look better in Chapter 4 than it does in 5? Chapter 4 looks great. I still don't have control over that though. That's not what I want. This might be a verse thing. would I typically make at night? Okay, that kind of looks cool. With the day sequence device. Okay, so it's just a device that I add, eh? Day sequence device. So by adding this, I get to learn all about the world of day sequences. To use the new day sequence device, you need to opt into the new time of day manager in Fortnite Creative. How? Disable all time of day managers. New time of day manager. Okay, so then does this just control it? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty easy. I'm for it. So does it move the sun? No. Just decreases the brightness and then enable flare, that's kind of cool. This, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So I did want this sun to sit behind the thing. I did want it to be sundown. Then here is the moneymaker. If I can do this, my one person online, you're gonna watch this. If I could get this into the sequencer, I'm gonna have a good time with things. Let's hope that I can expose this to expose the variable rotation. Light testing. Excuse me. Yeah, it's almost time to go to sleep. I wonder, can I just change it? No, because there's nothing to track. What is this? Sunlight? Is there anything here that says sunlight? I wish I could just click this and bring it in. think I might have to save this part for another day. But at least what we covered in this one is how to load your levels into the sequencer. So you load them by just bringing them into the content drawer and then bringing it into the sequencer. You have to use where is it? Cinematic sequence device, which looks like this. You have to use that in order to play your sequence. And then I have this set to autoplay, which wasn't checked before, and then enabled on phase always. And so it starts playing the second I get into the game. Ideally, I would like this to play once the match starts, but I could always push that out later. And then we made a light without using any verse code that is controllable from the sequencer. And so I can move this light around by the sequencer. That's a good start. And then we were trying to build this hill. We were trying to build a method of controlling the sun with the sequencer. That's what I don't know how to do yet, because even as I move this day sequence device in here, I can't move this one because I can't click it. Although, yeah. So I need to figure out a way to control the sun with this, because I want to be able to say, like, oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm yawning it up here. Well, I wonder if I can have two day sequence devices. Disable this one. This one is set to one time. Doesn't quite work that way. So my next task for next visit is to figure out how to control this sun. The intensity and the rotation X and Y. But until then, let's watch this beautiful sunset. And I am going to log off and call it a night. Good night, y'all. Sleep well. I don't know what part of the world you're on. Most people are probably asleep. That's why I only have 2 viewers. But thank you to my 2 viewers. Leave a thumbs up or subscribe if you want to see more like this. I am definitely going to be revisiting this. I might do a couple circles and do some other things until then. But I've been wanting to build a Fortnite concert for a while, especially to this song I'm about to do. So yeah, thanks everybody. Cheers. Have a good night. Be good people. Eat good food. And dream big. Later, y'all.